Okay guys, finally I have a pleasure to interview Kaspar Szymanski, and we are close to each other rather than the rest of other interviews because you are initially from Poland, so Russia is quite close to Poland.
Well, neighbors,
neighbors,
and rather similar SEO industries, I suppose.
Yeah.
Most of them creative and very efficient.
Yeah, definitely. What I love about Eastern Europe that we're very creative when it comes to
And we can scale, can we not?
Yeah,
a lot.
automation, scaling, that's very good.
It
But
is.
by the way, I have a question about Polish cuisine. What is your favorite dish?
Well, I suppose I like anything that includes meat and cabbage. I know that's nothing really special, but that's kind of stuff my mom makes, my mother-in-law makes. So just having a piece of meat and some cabbage on top and some potatoes, that gets the job done.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you eat with sour cream?
No, Jesus, that's heresy. No sour cream to your cabbage. Absolutely no.
So just
that's a no-go.
because like in Bulgaria, I believe they add.
I do.
In Greece, in Bulgaria, they seem to add that.
Yeah, there are small nuances, but cabbage and meat can go wrong.
That's good. And talking about your previous career, on LinkedIn, I was a stalker, so I found on LinkedIn that you used to work at Siemens in Nigeria.
Yes.
Tell me more about this experience.
Well, that's that's been a completely different life. It's a long time ago, but indeed, I ended up working at a GMS company that was Siemens building GSM networks
I see.
in Nigeria, which was a huge and very much growing market at the time. It was a very exciting time and very different from SEO, obviously. And after I quit, shortly thereafter, I hired at Google in Dublin.
So you relocate. Actually, you were physically in Nigeria.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yes.
Because my assumption was, okay, he used to work there, but I guess he was working remotely.
No, you can't get that job done remotely. That was on site, and it's been a very interesting time and a very exciting time, but a very long time ago.
Okay, and so, moving to Google experience.
Yeah.
Because I have a very, I guess like a dumb question, but since we all see on the web those so-called manual check papers that people, I don't know, they were using them to check the quality of SERPs. So I'm wondering whether you were involved in doing those manual work or you were hiring those people outside.
Funny you should mention. So I actually ever read those papers only after I came across those papers only after leaving Google, because they have no relevance whatsoever for the actual work of Google search quality.
So someone was just like spreading and...
No, that's for like external vendors. But this is the kind of reference.
Not an internal thing.
No, it had nothing to do with internal communication or internal policies. And that's the kind of paper which, my personal opinion is, it doesn't really help people understand how to better build websites, how to better rank their websites. It's only contributing to confusion. It's best, in my opinion, it's really best to completely ignore these. And really, if you want to understand how Google sees the SEO side of things, I suppose Google Webmaster Guidelines is your better friend, as in comparison to those documents that you've been referring to.
By the way, what are the most important ranking factor in your opinion? Because a lot of conversations coming like user behavior, no links, no shut up, something else.
All of the above.
Just like everything.
A lot of these, what you mentioned, links, super important, and of course converting links primarily. Links are very important for your site to be crawled to begin with. User behavior obviously indicates to Google whether a site is living up to expectation. Again, very important. Site performance, which impacts, again, user perception. Very, very important. So there's a lot of things that play a vital role. And then, of course, how good or bad your competitors do in comparison. So it is not one individual factor. It is a lot of them that have to come together. However, one factor really is crucial, and that is providing a unique selling proposition. If you're able to stand out in a sense that your service is just more compelling than the next best service, you stand a very good chance of doing well in search.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, what I think it's like, well, what I keep telling people, it's all about comparison, definitely. If you want to just rank well, you need to analyze what's going on around your brand, what is the real competition, how they're ranking, because like based on this, you can somehow tweak your pages and see how it's going and just, test and experiment. I think that's a very, very good point, which like, a lot of people tend to forget or just simply neglect. Because they use competitive intelligence in the way like, okay, I received this amount of traffic, my competitors receive this amount of it, so they're just, not, but you need to compare what's going on in SERPs as well.
And it's never really about traffic, but about converting traffic, right? Because we all crave conversions rather than anything else.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about conversions. By the way, what I know, I have a question to you because you might have heard about that because I'm not sure. I know that enterprise companies, like for instance, let's take, I don't know, like Skyscanner, they use various tools, like it's like high-level strategy, I would say. When their competitor changes something on their website, they go to tools like, let's say, SimilarWeb, but not particular. It might be also JumpShot, and ask to prepare a customer report about how conversions changed on those pages, just to understand whether they need to drive the same changes on their website. So what do you think about that? Is it a user case or just like, rumors?
Well, our industry is really full of rumors.
Yeah, it's like, this or that is happening.
Exactly. It is always harder to become really the top ranking site if you just follow trends. If you just try to emulate what other people are perceived to be doing well, you probably are, in the best case, going to become number 2. Innovation and focus on actually becoming the most compelling service is, in our experience, as we work with clients as consultants, as search brothers, is the way to go. You want to innovate, you don't want to emulate or imitate.
Yeah, it's all about innovation, what I can say, yeah, definitely, because even like, you can follow those best practices and they might fit you, but the thing that they already use, all those best practices, they already were used by tons of other websites. So, well, you need to somehow break the rules. What I would say, it's not about like, breaking the rules in terms of like, Google Plans or something like that. It's more about like breaking the rules in terms of you just, discontinuing doing what you've done so far and starting just building something new from scratch, which is also very painful.
And what may not be working that well because everybody else has been doing it for a really long time.
Yeah. So, and talking about Google penalties, because you're so good in Google penalties, what are the top reasons why nowadays sites are penalized?
I suppose based on the insights that we get as we work with clients, as we get inquiries,
side by side.
Penalties are most of the time are being issued because of building backlinks. That's very, very common. And also having markup data that isn't really accurate, that is misleading. That is the most common ones. Now the latter one, the impact obviously is that your website is not going to be showing rich snippets for a foreseeable period of time, versus the former one having the impact on your site that it may not be visible that much any longer because Google deems your backlink profile to be illegitimate, maybe discontinuing it, and that's much more painful in consequence. However, all Google penalties, including all of these that we've mentioned just now, any of those can be fixed. Any Google penalty really can be resolved. So that's good news.
And what you need to do, guys, you need to go to Kaspar if you have any Google penalties because he knows better than others how to fix it. And so I highly recommend this. So thank you very much, Kaspar, for having such a lovely chat, and we are going to leave all your contact details nearby our video. So thank you very much. So, and have a lovely day.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.